Hello everyone, this is General Hand Grenade. Welcome to my war room in Prince George, British Columbia. We are in July of 1937. This is the third turn in our game that we are calling Operation Crimson Tide. And it's Germany's turn. I know last round we had rolled the random events table for Latin America, but just so you know, if you haven't read the rules, that only gets rolled in January of every year. So there's no roll this turn. There will be one next turn. One of the things that I forgot to do on my turn last time was one of the neutrals. The Dutch had a destroyer put in C zone 25, I believe. I forgot that, but the other guys put it in there, and so mine's on the board now too. Nothing goes down in Turkey this turn. Again, that's something that only happens in January, it seems. So here we are. It's Germany's turn. Nothing more to take care of. Oh, there was one thing. What is it? Oh yeah. In the last video, the American video, the American player had moved the. Here, let me just move this up. I'm using a different camera today, and I got to zoom in a bit here. I think we're going to need to zoom in more than that. Okay, so the American player had moved the torpedo boat destroyer down here, but he can't do that because you have to stay next to the Chinese coastline. So I believe he's back in C zone 89. If that's wrong, Panzer King, then just let me know on your turn. But anyway, that had to go back. Somebody had asked a question and deleted their comment about Panzer King lend-leasing an infantry to Brazil, and because America's is not available to lend-lease until they reach a certain dollar value, right? But we're kind of writing these rules as we go for Latin America at war, and we're doing it in conjunction with the designer of that expansion set. And we kind of determined that, you know, like it wouldn't be very good if only Germany was allowed to lend-lease and not the Americans, because that war would be over by the time the Americans could afford to were able to lend-lease, right? So of course the Americans can lend-lease a unit every turn, but only to Brazil, right? Like that doesn't excuse them or allow them to lend-lease anywhere else on the board, just to Brazil. And because it's their control minor, and it's to do with the rules in an expansion set, not the rules for the core game. Anyway, so let's get on with Germany's turn here. So purchases, I am purchasing 4 artillery, 1 airborne infantry, 2 infantry, and lend-leasing 1 infantry to the Spanish nationalists. I have 5 tech rolls. I don't know if you can see what they are from there. It looks on the camera like the dice is obscuring it, but I have improved factories and wartime economy, long-range aircraft, advanced mechanized infantry. Radar is new. I haven't rolled for that yet. And one that I've already gotten to stage 2 and I can't roll for anymore until July of 1939, that would be heavy bombers. So we've switched that out now for radar. Anyway, we also have a recruitment role for Argentina, and we have a spy network that I built in Chile. So let's get to it. So let's just do these rolls first. Looking for high numbers here, high numbers. Okay, that looks like 3 hits to me. So 7, that's mechanized infantry, 12, that's radar, and 11, that's wartime economy. So I'll just change those over here. Okay, wartime economy and advanced mechanized. So both of those have gone to stage 2. And what was the third one there? Oh, advanced mechanized. Oh, no, I got that one. Oh, right, radar. That was the first one, right? Okay. There we go. So, I will show you that board in a couple of minutes to see where it's at. I'll just finish rolling what I'm doing over here, and maybe a couple other things. So the SPY is something else that is done at the beginning of your turn. If you're not familiar with the SPY rules, I can establish SPY networks for 3 IPP. The American player can remove those SPY networks for 3 IPP, and then they got to roll a dice. If they can roll a 3 or less, then that SPY network, basically they caught the spies and put them to death, right? But so what happens when I do have a SPY network? Like I could have 3 or 4 of them. That just means I get 3 or 4 dice. So what happens is for each one, I roll 1 die, and on a roll of 3 or less, the American player loses 2 IPP from their bank, not like it doesn't come off their economy, right? It just, comes out and to the bank. And a 7, so that's no good. I mean, you didn't see that. There you go. It's a 7. And you know what? I'm not going to make any combat moves down in Argentina. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll this dice. This is my recruitment roll. I need a 3 or less. 5. So that was unsuccessful as well. So that's all my dice rolls there. Let's flip the camera around here. Making you dizzy. Okay. So let's zoom in a bit. I've got reason I'm using this camera now. I wanted to use it before. It's a much better camera than the one I was using in the first couple of videos. But I just got a wireless mic for Christmas, right? It finally came in the mail since my last video, and so I can move around the table now, and that means that I can use this ginormous tripod that I have right now. Okay, so combat moves. First combat move, I'm going to take the horse and the medium armor, and I'm going to go into Slovakia from Bohemia. So let's take the pie off of there. This is an annexation move, and we'll take those units off. Okay. And we'll just throw that guy from Donalaski around, because why not, right? And where did I put those guys? Oh, here they are. So we switch this guy out. We switch this guy out. We put the German pie down. We could take this combat marker off. And this is all in Slovakia now. There we go. So that was one combat move. The other combat move, I wonder how this... Yeah, maybe I should move it up. So, there we go. Let's move it out again. There we go. Spain. Now, I'm hoping to finish Spain off now. I wanted to do it last turn, but I just thought that was that was in too much of a hurry, and I wanted to take my time and do it better. So let's just take this off and get it out of the way. So this guy comes over here, and he takes out Catalonia. That means that this city is surrounded now, and I'm going in there with an infantry and a mountain infantry, 2 artillery, and 2 planes. So my ground units are going to be -1 because that's a city, but all of his units are going to be -1 because it's a surrounded city. So let's just put that over there. I think we can get that a bit closer. There we go. Okay. So I've got 2 artillery. They are first strike, and they are at 2 or less. And those are both misses. Then I have 1 infantry kicked up to a 2. That's a miss. 1 mountain infantry kicked up to a 3. That's a miss. Oh, shades of the Brazilian Navy. And trying to pick 2 dice that are going to work for me. 2 fighters. I really want to hit these ones because that will knock out both of his planes. These are both at 6. 1 at 6. Oh man, I only hit 1. Now I'm going to assume that he wants to lose this one here because that one defends at 3 and the other one defends at a 5. So here we go. The militia, the militia defend at 1. Oh, and he hit me once, okay. And he's got the medium bomber at a 3, that's a miss. And then the fighter at a 5, and that's a hit. So I lose a plane, and I will lose the infantry. Okay, so here we go again. 2. Actually, I don't have first strike anymore. I might as well throw 3 dice at, well, no, 2 of them are at 2. Sorry, one of them's at 3. Okay, so 2 at 2, that's a miss. 1 at 3, that's a miss. And 1 at 6, that's a hit. So that would be one of his militia. So then he's got 2 at 1, misses, and 1 at 5. That's an 11. Like, it's just slightly cocked, but it is absolutely an 11. Okay. So, oh, I already lost the militia. Okay. So here we go again. 2 artillery at 2. 1 mountain infantry at 3. And 1 fighter at 6. Okay, that's a hit. So he's got 1 at 1 and 1 at 5. Okay, 1 hit each. So we lose the militia, and we'll lose an artillery. Okay. So I got 1 at 2, 1 at 3, and 1 at 6. Wow. And he's got 1 at 5. All misses. Okay. 1 at 2. 1 at 3. Okay, that's a hit. And his roll at 5. That's a miss. Okay. So the Spanish Civil War is over. That's off. That's off. And these 2 are down. So now what happens, I'm going to have to get this out of the way. Let's move this back to here. We'll zoom in again. So what happens now is his ships come off. So that's the ships here. We can take these off. I'll change that factory out to a nationalist factory later. So now I can move my units around where I want them, right? I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to put him over here along with the mountain infantry. I'll put the fighter and the infantry in Madrid. Plus I have an artillery, don't I? Let's put the artillery back in Madrid as well. Okay, so that's how Spain is going to end. So temporarily, or I guess you should say provisionally, the Axis have won 2 points, but of course they're going to have to hold on to their capitals in order to collect those points, right? Let me just take these units off the board, get them out of the way. Okay, so placing units. Now I did buy an infantry for the nationalists. Let's put him down here. And then I bought 4 artillery. I'm going to put them in Berlin. I've started a card for Berlin. So I already have 1 artillery there. So I'll take that artillery piece off and put 1 on. And the airborne I will put down in Bavaria. Or what is it? Oh, sorry, that's France. Yeah, let's put the airborne in France. Okay, and then the 2 infantry I am going to put, can we see? in Bohemia. There is a medium factory in Bohemia, and that's where we're putting him. There we go. So that is everything there. Okay, now let's put this back up, zoom it back out. Okay, let's take a walk around now. Okay, you can see here that I went up in, where are we there? Advanced Mechanized went up to 2, stage 2. Wartime Economy went up to stage 2. And Radar's on stage 1, and you can see where everyone else is. Underneath that German pie on Wartime Economy is a British pie. So there we go there. And over here, Germany went up 1 IPP, and so did Great Britain, and so did France. So France is up to 9, Great Britain's up to 13, Germany is up to 24. Let's just take a walk over here. I am going to make a non-combat move though. Let's move this infantry up to here. Remember, I didn't place anything this turn down there. I didn't lend lease anything to them. I'm just moving around. There we go. So I've got 3 infantry here, as well as Brazil, and a fighter each, and then a militia each. So it's a saw-off, except for he's got boats down here and I don't. And we all know why that's the case. Anyway, I believe that's everything I needed to do on my turn. Oh, no, it isn't. Sorry, it isn't. We've got this sub here. I know I'm going a little out of turn, though, but I needed to get down to the bottom side of the map, and it's just a lot easier to do it this way. So 1, where was I here? 1, 2, 3, so I was here. So 1, 2, 3. The sub in C zone 105 is going to C zone 114. The sub in C zone 48, outside of Portugal, is going 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to C zone 110. And then there's a sub up in C zone 113. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to C zone 48. So I went from 113 there, where you see the green marker that says non-combat, and he's gone to C zone 48 just outside of Portugal. And I think that's about it. So, slowly take you around, show you what things are looking like. Nothing has changed over here, except for, it's hard to tell, right next to each other, but this one here is a Anzac transport, and he's come over here, obviously, to pick up those 2 Canadians. There is a wartime bonus if you have Canadians in Asia, in certain parts of Asia. So I assume that that's what Wintermute is doing, is picking those guys up and taking them to Asia while they don't have to worry about the Japanese Navy, right? They got lots of time to do it, because it's unlikely that Japan would declare war on Britain anytime soon. Crazier things have happened, of course, but I don't anticipate that happening. But I'm not the Japanese player. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's about all. Looking around, I can't see anything else. I wasn't going to move anything else. So that's it, everyone. Take care. General Hand Grenade out.